We've had some initial discussions when the crisis arose about all the parties in the value chain. We've agreed initially the major difficulty was about the cash waterfall arrangement. We've come to an agreement on what needs to be done. But we must also recognize that we need massive injection in terms of refurbishment and even changing some of the assets of these institutions. That requires a lot of money. Before we can do so, it means our financials must be up to date, so that we can even encourage them to borrow on their balance sheet instead of getting government to be investing our scarce resources in these entities. So we are still working on it, and I believe strongly that having worked so hard for the past 7 years to keep the light on, it is not in the last year of our government that we want to go back on the performance that we've done. So all efforts are being done to make sure that we keep our lights on. It's a discussion that we must delve into much more deeper because ECG, yes, is expected to make profit and pay dividend to government, but it has in its mandate some services that you cannot put money value on it. Assuming you go full trots privatization of ECG, it means that if hospitals are unable to pay their bills, it must be cut off. Defense, a lot of critical national security concerns. So we must have a broader discussion. We are not the only country in the world, so there are best examples of how these utility companies operate in the world. So we obviously will have government support and the private sector. It's a call that needs broader discussion, and I was happy. Unfortunately, our media will not discuss that. This is something that we need to discuss in much details as to what the parameters are. If we are even talking about PPP, to what extent do we want private participation to come? 20%, 30%, 40%? Or are we looking at technology side? What are we exactly looking at? It's a call in the right direction, and we need further, because there are more concerns and deeper stakeholders in the provision of that service. I don't think they will fail to adhere to the directive of the president. Immediately after here, we'll write to them stating clearly the statement of the president and the timelines. We will continue to remind them, and when it gets to 15th of May, we will let them know. We will even write to them those who have not complied, and the fact that I'm going to put pen on paper to make sure that the president is aware of those who have complied and those who have not. They are not difficult people to deal with. They understand their mandate, and it is a natural mandate. PFMR mandates all state entities to file their returns by end of April. So it shouldn't have been a directive from the president at all. So they will adhere to it, and I believe strongly that the media can come around 15th May, before even we present it to the president. I can let you know those who have complied, those who have not, and I think that it will be adhered to. Yeah.